of bringing your kids into do a dance class or like do anything with sports, having a good teacher, it's so crucial, because some teachers are really old-fashioned, old school, and they don't take into account your emotional state or your mental health state at all. So that's incredibly can be incredibly traumatizing for kids, especially if they are empaths or sensitive, as many kids are these days growing up more spiritual, more sensitive. They need a little bit more support and guidance, which is beautiful, but it has to be acknowledged, and teachers have to be aware of that as well. And more so, the teachers that are these days, I think, have experience growing up in this time zone, this timeline. They are aware of the discipline aspects and also that mental health support aspect, which is so important. It's so important to look at your students first and to be like, are you okay today mentally, emotionally? Are you doing okay? Because otherwise it can actually be dangerous even to perform or to rehearse, because you're putting yourself into such physical activity, and if your mental health is not there, and if you're sad or you're depressed or you're going through something, it can really take a toll on your physical body. You can make a mistake, it can go through a whole different experiences where I was lucky that I really had amazing teachers that were really great mentors as well. I think it's always really nice when you can connect with your teacher outside of class, kind of like as a mentor. And sometimes we like to, like with my students, I like to connect with them at the end of class to be like, how was your mind? How is your mental health? I created guidebooks about that to introduce kids to their mindfulness, to be aware of that, because that is so important. And I think the more mindful that you can be with yourself and your students, the more they're going to appreciate the journey of whether it is dance or any physical activity or sport. They'll be able to enjoy that much more. So what a beautiful thing to introduce, this aspect of mindfulness to perform. When you think about dance and moving your body with the awareness of different positions and different kind of coordinations with your arms and your legs, and you're listening to the classical orchestra music, which is it could be so healing, and it's kind of like somatic dance therapy. It offers you that opportunity to really kind of melt into yourself with the space you're given. So having a good teacher who allows you that space and allows you that kindness of awareness to be like, if your mental health is good, let's push you, let's totally make you become better. And also you're becoming better at the same time. You're working on different parts of yourself that maybe if you had mental health issues and the teacher maybe would say, maybe today take a step back and maybe just journal in class. Because sometimes we have students that we would just say, it looks like you're going through so much. We don't want to push you because we see that it's taking a toll and it wouldn't be beneficial for your health. So it's okay to take a step back and sit this class out, and you can journal, because when we have injuries or something like that, we come into class, so we don't take class, so we're able to sit on the side and just take notes. So we can either journal our feelings, or we can journal what the class is working on, or something that we might want to work on, whether it's our technique or different variations or different forms of dancing that we're preparing for or rehearsing for. So I think also the option to give kids, or students for that matter, the option of taking a day off and journaling and just becoming the observer of your environment also takes that pressure off kids when they're able to see like, oh, okay, I have an alternative. I don't have to go crazy. And if, my mental health is not top tier, I don't have to beat myself up about it. I have other options, and people care about me. I think the most beautiful thing to see is people care about their students. That's so wonderful. I feel like that's what we all need, even as adults. We want people to care for us. And I think when we care about ourselves, that's going to carry out into the world. That's going to be kind of projected, because it's like whatever we do, we mirror that out into the world, right? It's like when we're going through stuff, we unconsciously seek out, this anger and resentment feeling. But when we are actually taking care of ourselves, and we're aware that our mental health is important and we have to prioritize that, we're so much kinder to other people as well, because we're going through what everybody else goes through. Like, I remember when I was a student and I didn't even have this awareness. It's like so cool how every generation is learning through their own experience, and they're able to kind of integrate it back into the art of dance. And it's wonderful, because I think also now a lot of dancers have started with therapy and talking and connecting with the psyche more, because it is really important. It's kind of like dance is opening up the space to express yourself and to be a true artist, but it's also, like you mentioned, there is so much pressure. So it's like you have to stay balanced and you have to stay sane. And I think any way that you can, it's so important. Like, yes, about tuning in, it's exactly right, because when you're tuning in, you're able to connect with your own flow state. And then when you're on stage, that really shows itself, and that it transcends. It's like you are becoming the embodied flow state, and you're physically manifesting that. So the more that you can tune into yourself in this introvert silence, which is so beautiful, and it's also a gift we give ourselves when we're able to sit in like a sacred silence, it really helps to shift out energies and to help us become more prepared to perform at our maximum best self.